Oh, excuse me. What I meant to say was, guys, let's talk Chaos Dragons. Alright, so today, guys, we're going to be talking about the new Primordial Dragon, Livonia? That may not be how you say that. We're talking about Livonia, the Primordial Chaos Dragon. I swear I speak English. Or dragon, depending on what form this thing puts me in. So, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to be showing you guys just how powerful this card is, much to certain other Yu-Gi tubers, shall we say, disapproval. Names will not be mentioned. So, make sure you guys stick around until after the replay, and we will be talking about the deck profile, and we'll be talking about the brand new Primordial Dragon, because I think he's a pretty epic card, and I'm going to explain to you why after the replay, so stick around. So, without further ado, guys, let's get chaotic. Alright, there you have it, guys. This is the Primordial Chaos Dragon deck. If this looks familiar to you, that is because this is actually based off of the Chaos Dragon deck that did uber well last year. It has like over 1,000, or almost over 1,500 views, or some weird ass number like that for this channel. So it's actually one of my popular videos on this channel. And today, guys, I'm bringing you the Primordial version of it. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. And if it seems a little familiar, well, that's because it is. In short, the thing about the Primordial Dragon is, and we're gonna go ahead and just gloss over him real quick. He's a little bit different. You actually have to think about how you want to use him. He's not just kind of the ground and 10-pound type monster. I mean, yes, he has 3,000 attack points, and I'm sure, as you guys noticed as the games went on, the deck progressively changed a little bit, and then ultimately I decided I already had a working Chaos Dragon deck. Why am I playing without it? So that is why we switched it, and then of course we took the extra deck of the Lightsworn deck that I recently made, with the Different Dimension card, which I really like that deck. It's one of my favorites. And we just kind of took that extra deck and the Chaos Dragon main deck from the old one, and we just kind of Frankensteined them together and came up with this monstrosity that you're staring at. And crazy enough, it actually works. It's pretty consistent. It hasn't seemed to brick on me very often. It does brick occasionally, but when you're playing a deck like Lightsworn in any kind of variant, whether it's Chaos, Sworn, Twilight Sworn, etc., you're going to have hands where you brick from time to time. It's just going to happen, especially when you play cards like Chaos Monsters. You just have to understand that. That's going to happen. But 9 out of 10 games, they're not bad. In short, guys, let's start with the Primordial Dragon, in case anyone is unfamiliar with this new Chaos Dragon. If you banish, you can't normal summon it, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're not going to normal summon this monster. And if you banish 3 light monsters for its special summon, you get to bring back a monster in defense mode. And obviously, if you use any of this monster's effects, it can't attack, but that's fine, because if you're using if you're using the light effect to get another monster, you're most likely trying to go for a bigger play, as I'm sure you guys saw, where I summoned this dragon, brought back another card, then banished the dragon. It's you know what I mean. There's a few combos you can utilize with this. The dark one, I mean, I've never used it. I had a few opportunities to use it, and it's fine if you're going first if you want to take away a card from your opponent. But there's in this particular deck, to get that effect where you banish 3 dark monsters and then randomly shuffle a card back to the deck from your opponent's hand. One thing you're going to have to realize is you're going to have to kind of open the God hand, as I call it. Like, you're going to have to put a lot of dark monsters in the grave. You're going to have to make sure you've already went plus to make this a viable move, etc. And then, of course, in the age of hand traps, that can be a bit of a challenge. Now, we do play cards like Called by the Grave. I think if you're not playing hand traps, you really need to play this card at least as a 2-of. The other stuff that you're going to realize is you're still going to need a Fairy Tale Snow in there in some capacity, because it's going to help you get rid of your Eclipse Wyverns, which is what you're going to use to get the Primordial Dragon and your Red Eyes Darkness Metal. We also have, the other copies of the Primordial and like Pulsar to banish cards that need to be banished, like the Eclipse Wyvern. So we actually have quite a few options to go with. It's just Fairy Tale Snow is an obvious and easiest choice there. We are playing the Predaplant engine here to search for the instant fusion, because it allows us to throw a free dark monster in there. And to be frank, you need to throw monsters from your hand into the grave. The Predaplant really makes it an easy way to do that, because you can get rid of cards you can't use. Now, I know in the first replay you guys saw Melody of the Awakening Dragon. To get this card, I realized real quick that was a bad idea. If I was playing Blue Eyes with this dragon, yes, do that. It can be searched off of it, and that's really powerful. But if you're not playing Blue Eyes, you're playing a Chaos Dragon deck, don't play that card. Because more often than not, it's going to be a dead draw. The least number of dead draws, the better. I swear, guys, I speak English. It's just not my day-to-day. So, and then, of course, we have the standard, Lightsworn engine, which is basically how any Chaos Dragon deck these days is going to do well. It's going to be because of the Lightsworn engine. It's just charge the Light Brigade, Solar Recharge, use them. And then, of course, we have our extra deck lineup, which we don't really rely too much on. But if you'll notice, the majority of these cards are actually light or dark monsters, with the exception of being Black Rose here and the Nightmare monsters that I have, which are Cerberus and Phoenix. Which, by the way, shameless plug here, if you are wondering why you're starting to see some Nightmare cards in the deck profiles here and there, is because I actually pulled some, just saying. But the rest of them, there we go. The rest of them are all light or dark, which means we can use them as fuel for the Primordial Dragon. Now, something you're going to want to know real quick is the last effect, which I actually didn't mention yet, is you can banish a combination of 3 monsters that are light and dark. If you do both in the banishment of those 3 monsters, you get to destroy 2 cards in the field, or up to 2 cards, and from what I can tell, this effect doesn't target, which is actually really powerful. Because there are certain cards, like for example, like Yazi of the Yang Zings, for example, that say, oh, I can't be targeted. Well, this guy says, actually, I don't target, so bye. And with 3,000 attack, you can't go wrong there. I like this deck a lot. I think that it has potential, and much to certain other Yu-Gi tubers who think that this card is trash, I completely disagree. I think it has a lot of potential because, as we know about Yu-Gi-Oh, it's an ever-evolving game. So in the future, this could very well be a very powerhouse deck. Maybe not this version of the Chaos Dragon deck or a Chaos deck, but eventually I could see this dragon being played in a Chaos deck. Oh shit, my bad, guys. So real quick before we get out of here, guys, I know I've been doing shout-outs, but I'm kind of at the end of my rope on that. I know I didn't give one out last Sunday, and the thing is just I had a list and I'm out of names. So if you want me to keep shouting people out on my Sunday videos, please make sure you leave a link in the comments below. I read all my comments. And also, guys, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I'm at 96 subs, guys. Help me get to 100. So share me with your other Yu-Gi-Oh friends if they like my goofy content, and if you guys like it, please make sure you leave a like on this video and share with your friends. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm so close to getting to 100, guys, and I could really use your help. So that being said, I'm Ben 10,000 Wagyu, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, and I am signing off. Peace, guys.